Welcome to Whiskey Vault. I'm Daniel. That's Rex.
Hey!
I just wanted to do the intro before you started yelling at me.
I never yell.
This is from Weddle.
Yeah.
He was here
He was.
for the week
For the Bachelor's
Ball.
Yeah.
And he brought a bunch of fancy whiskey
You know what I did to him?
and some cheap whiskey.
You know what I did to Weddle? Like, you know, he did an amazing job. But a couple of friends of mine that I've known since elementary school, right? They came by and it was like, holy shit, how did you get into whiskey? You're a mooch?
Yeah.
What's going on? They're walking around and there's, several...
This doesn't make any sense.
What is going on here? So by the end of the day, I got to connect with them again, and they had several whiskeys. It's like, hey, you guys want to go visit the
vault?
The vault, and there's gonna be a bunch of distillers up there. I was like, yeah, sure. Weddle was there, and I pawned off my buddies on Weddle. I was like, Weddle, take them on a tour. And my guys, they are not whiskey guys at all. I was like, what do you like? I kind of like the Fireball. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Fireball, and Weddle had to basically be like, yeah.
Bite your tongue.
And then one of my buddies in particular, Jeremy said, well, there was this one whiskey I saw. There's like, they put like a rock candy down in there. It's like a whiskey rock candy, and you can eat the rock candy. And Weddle...
Yeah. So good.
And then thank you for sending all the whiskey.
Yeah.
That's ball busting.
It
That
really
is
is.
ball busting by proxy.
Oh, yeah. That's even better.
All right. What have
So, Old Bardstown from Mitch Weddle, the full Weddle Titan.
Full Weddle Titan.
This is Old Bardstown.
So,
This is...
have I not...
Remember when we did Willet?
Yeah.
Willet makes Old Bardstown. It's they have someone else produce it,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And
Wildly popular.
well, actually, I think now, depending on how new it is, it might actually be theirs. This is bottled in bond version, which means it has to be from one season, one distiller.
Yeah.
So if it's when they started replacing Old Bardstown with their stuff, this could be all of them.
Ooh, that's a lighter, fresher nose than I was anticipating. Kind of
It
like
is.
Like
There's something else in there though. It's
a
it's soy sauce.
No.
Yeah, there's this weird
No.
or not soy sauce, fish sauce actually.
No.
Yeah. No. Just
even
out of left
farther.
field, this weird sweet, salty note jumped into my nose.
Hold on. Just make sure it's not me, because I'm not getting that at all.
No, it's not. Yeah.
I'm getting like a nice Fuji apple.
Okay, now it's back.
Light fruity.
I think my nose like went on the fritz for a second.
Right.
It just got nose
I was
Tourette's.
getting so opposite end of the spectrum than like a soy fish sauce. It's the light Fuji apple fruity freshness for me on that nose.
I think the sweetness was so sweet in the nose it caught me off guard.
And then like there's like a little bit of a light eucalyptus.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, could that be from the rye? Is there rye in here? What's going on?
Yeah. It's 13% rye in theory.
All right.
A lot of malted barley in this mix. It's very rounded, right? All the flavors are there and bright and shiny and sweet, but they're all rounded notes.
Yes. I like the nose. Like honestly,
Me too.
if I just looked at the bottle and the name, I wouldn't have been anticipating this nose.
Ooh, I like the taste a lot. It's sweet and buttery.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then you got
Little bit barrel spice, but subtle.
mixed in with the oakiness. You got some light baking spices.
I dig this.
It's nice.
Yeah.
What's the proof on that?
Well, it's 50 bottled in bonds. So
Oh yeah.
Got to be 50%.
That's right. Yeah, that's Is this a budget thing? The label looks like a budget
It's
thing.
relatively. It's on the 20s.
Oh, man. You know what? Look, if you
Cheap
don't
bourbon's good still.
if you don't have a lot of money to spend on a bottle of whiskey, you're going to be able to find nicer bourbons easier than you're going to be able to find nicer scotches.
Single malts especially.
Yeah. There's some blends out there, but just in terms of the average that you can get for a lower price point, I think the average quality of a bourbon is probably going to be a little higher than the average quality of scotches at lower price points.
Swish it around your tongue and really spread it around before you swap next time, and all the eucalyptus grass notes just explode out of this thing, and it gets herbal and spicy.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
I don't think the label's doing him any favors with the plastic screw cap.
Yeah.
You could put this in a nicer bottle, and I think you could probably command a higher price point.
Well, it is Willet. They do put whiskey in a nicer bottle and command a higher price point.
Do you think they?
This is their attempt to
You don't think that maybe they don't want
Gateway
to
it.
undermine
the Willet?
the premium brand?
Probably.
Okay, because damn y'all,
But that's an old name.
that's
Old-
respectable.
Yeah.
Yeah. An old name, huh?
Old Bardstown.
This whiskey has been made from a formula and method developed by generations of Willet distillers, Kentuckians dedicated to producing the greatest Kentucky bourbon.
Everyone calls their bourbon the greatest, Kentucky bourbon, the greatest one of all time.
Of all time.
Yeah. We don't find anybody in Texas going, I make the best Texas whiskey of all time.
B.S. Ballord. I don't really understand the stigma around smooth as a descriptor. I think it's a solid way for the way a drink goes down, and yeah, higher proofs may not do that as easily, but as far as drinkability goes, I don't see an issue with it. It does nothing to describe flavor, though.
See, this was the most well-balanced comment I've seen in ages, because I think I agree with him 100% on his premise, but then he acknowledges the weakness of the premise simultaneously.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it's...
So, is it a descriptor? Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Is there an unfair stigma on the word smooth? Yes, because there's absolutely an experience that can't be described accurately better than the word smooth.
Yeah.
Does it tell you what it tastes like? No.
No. It's just whether or not it's going to be...
And I think that's the mistake.
Hot, bitey.
Yeah, I think what happens is you get people wanting to hear tasting notes, and then someone says smooth and they're not communicating anything.
Well, I think the pushback is a knee-jerk emotional reaction from people who know the word is overused, and it's usually overused from people who don't have a lot of experience. And like our perspective is, look, if they don't have the frame of reference to draw from, just let them say whatever the hell comes to mind. But admittedly, I will.
It's not descriptive.
It's not descriptive, and whenever you're having a whiskey with somebody that's an incredibly high proof, it is the farthest thing in the world away from smooth. They, like people that are brand new to whiskey, they will take a sip and they will say, "Ooh, it's smooth." No, it's not.
When I encounter somebody who says smooth, I use the improv rule.
Yes, and.
Yes, and.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And what are you getting in there? You think that's coming across as all of that smooth?
Situational is always the best way to figure out what you're going to do and say. Like Daniel and I, this is backyard rules. This is ball busting because we both. Whenever you're with somebody who doesn't have that experience, have that frame of reference, then you meet them always. This is a rule of thumb for basically
where they're
everything all the time, forever with people. Try and meet them where they're at, and then go from there.
I just got a really rich black tea on my last sip.
Okay.
Room temp. So like you made the tea and now the cup of hot tea has cooled down. Not iced tea, but hot tea. All the flavorful things of hot tea.
Yeah, and then I'm getting like a nice honey in that tea. It's a nice whiskey. Surprisingly nice.
I dig.
I mean, I shouldn't have really been anticipating something gross from the people that make Willet, but again, I was...
People get really upset about Willet. There was some visceral responses to Willet.
Well, I think it's and again, people have emotional reactions that come from innocuous things. It's often funny, but people will have a frustrating experience and then apply a blanket response to that thing from that point on. I think with Willet, because it's become so popular, it's frustrating. The amount of adoration, it's up on a pedestal, it commands these giant price points.
Because they've done a great job of marketing and bottle.
And people will get really butthurt about it, which I'm saying, just love the things you love, man. You don't got to get frustrated about the things. If you don't like it, leave it to other people. It's fine. All right. Alex Bubblemint.
Bubblemint, I like that.
I'm hoping so hard that is his real name.
Yeah, oh God. If not, change your name.
Mr. Bubblemint.
Mr. Bubblemint.
It tastes like 8 inches of wood. Hell, subbed.
I had to put that in there because that was on one of our random outreach videos.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, we found our people all of a sudden, that guy.
Mr. Bubblement's our people.
Done.
Mr. Bubblemint, here's the fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, I fight for a friend.
If you steal me, you steal a lover's heart.
And if you drink, may you drink with us.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.